They took the leash off, and now I'm in San Diego. So that first weekend there, I stayed on base, and I got a chance to meet my shipmates, you know, who ended up becoming my partners, my friends, for the next 2.5 years. And I'm not going to name their names, but I'm going to call them by their nicknames. So you had NC, obviously he was from North Carolina. Sleepy, which we're going to talk about him later on, but he was part of the clique at the time. Ray, you know, Kaz, we used to call him Kaz or Ray. I'm going to talk a little bit about him also. It was A-Train, of course, myself, and I never forget this person right here. Tartar Sauce. Tartar Sauce, what's happening, my man? Tartar Sauce. So just to give you a little perspective dynamic, it was a diverse group, okay? With this video right here, like I said, I'm in San Diego, so I want you guys to understand. When I start talking about what's going on, it's going to be mostly, it's titled After the Watch for a reason. I'm not going to talk about what went on during the watch, while I'm on the ship, what the engine room layout looked like. I'm not going to divulge any of that information because, for one, you never know. And I love my Navy, I love my country, I love my people. And I'm not going to put them in harm's way just trying to tell a story, okay? So I would never divulge that information like that because, for one, I don't want to get in trouble, and for two, I don't want nobody to get hurt. So all of my stories are going to be after the watch, on Liberty Call, you know, away from the ship. I may talk about certain things that happened while on the ship, but I'm not going to be talking about what's inside the ship, top secret information and stuff like that. So, you know, if you were one of those spies, thought you were going to get in there and get some of that information and take it back to the Chinese or whoever, no, not here. You won't get it here, okay? You won't get it over here. I just want to put that out as a disclaimer. It's going to be after the watch, okay? So with that being said, if you looked at the thumbnail, yeah, okay, so we're going to talk about that. Okay, so that Monday morning is at Morning Mustard. That's when I found out that my boy Boston wasn't going to be on the ship. What happened was our detailers, they're so busy trying to put people in positions and places that they basically overmanned our ship. So he had to go to another ship, but he was still in, which I found out later on, but he was still going to be in Hawaii, but just on a different ship, okay? So I found that out that Monday morning. While we was in San Diego, our ship was being built in Maine, okay? It was being built up in Maine. So we obviously, after muster, we had to go to our sister ship, which is an exact duplicate of our ship, so we could learn, you know, our jobs and things. Because so far, all we've been was in school. So now that we're actually in the fleet, we got to learn what we got to do. So we actually would shadow our sister ship and see what their day-to-day routine, what's going on, and learn what we're going to eventually be doing. So we would walk the ship, trace the plant, you know, and basically talk to them and ask questions because, you know, they've been in a couple of years, they've been out to sea and back and stuff like that. So we were gaining that knowledge. So when it's time for us to get out there, we'll know what we're supposed to be doing. We'll go to morning muster. We will change it to our coveralls. We'll go to our sister ship. We will walk the plant, learn some stuff, do some assignments and stuff like that. Go to lunch. We'll either eat on their ship or we would go off the ship and go to McDonald's or whatever